Alright, so let's do the Planet Eclipse Geo review. First and foremost, I was never a Planet Eclipse fan until I got this gun, to be honest. I've always been pro Bob Long and pro Die. And to be honest, this gun really changed my mind about Planet Eclipse. So I'm going to explain that more in detail at the end of the review. But here's the packaging. It always comes in a hard case, which is really neat. Planet Eclipse did that back in, I believe, 08 for their Ego 08. And I know they did it before then, but Planet Eclipse always comes with a nice two-piece barrel. This one's a 693. Comes with a nice colored manual, which is really cool. Nice spare parts kit, filled with O-rings and detents, and we got extra screws in here. The famous Allen key set, which I don't know if you can see, but right here. I don't feel like pulling them out. And the Planet Eclipse grease, which kind of reminds me of a Dow 33 lube, sort of, in some retrospect. Alright, so we got the gun itself. So I want to go over first impressions. First impressions, what do I think about this gun so far? Very, very, very light marker, to be honest. It really ranked up here because I was expecting it for it to, had some weight on it, but this gun really didn't have a lot of weight to it when I picked it up. Nice and beautiful, to be honest here. I like the blue and the white color scheme, but I don't know if you guys remember, but maybe 09-ish, they had the Pink Lady Geo or something. The blue parts used to be pink. My buddy of mine was like, I don't like the pink. I'm gonna call Planet Eclipse, see if I can get the blue color scheme, and he did, which was a very, very great move for him because I didn't really like the pink, but this blue really goes well with the white. Alright, so I'm going to go over what I didn't like about this and what I did like about this. But I'll start with what I did like. What I did like, pretty much the whole gun when I first got it. But what I didn't like, and this is nitpicking, okay, this is nitpicking, is I didn't like the detents. The detents are more of like the Spider detents that you used to see on like the Spider VS1s and VS2s. In that area. I really have never been a fan of that, and I don't feel like spending a lot of money every year on detents. And I've always, like I've said, I've always been pro Bob Long with their detents, where they're the spring. And that's the only thing that I saw I didn't really like when I first picked this up, throughout the time I've had this. I'm going to go over the cool features. The cool features on this is pretty much the board. The board in general has the coolest features I've ever seen on a gun. And I know a lot of guns have the same thing, but when out of their way just to put like a game timer, training mode, all the major adjustments you really need. Like if you need I don't know, this is just an example, 12.3 balls a second instead of 12.5 balls a second. You can change that. And another thing I really didn't like is that it only had two real modes, which was semi and ramping. Which just kind of threw me off because I'm used to Yakuza boards having Millennium and NXL and PSP and whatnot. Sorry. What I did like about this gun the most is probably the trigger itself. I've always wanted Planet Eclipse and Bob Long kind of do a gun together, and the only thing I'd probably take out of the Planet Eclipse is probably maybe the board and the trigger. Just the trigger alone would make my day, because this trigger is it's so comfortable. It kind of reminds me of like an Iron Man trigger on a DM or an NT. But this is more of like a magnet type thing. And I've really never seen any magnet triggers that really made my hands feel comfortable. But this is very, very nice and short clicks, which really made the gun comfortable in itself. It is a small gun, and I'm a rather taller player. This gun made me feel like I was shooting a DM, and it's not stretched out like an ego or anything. It's just very small, but the trigger made it more comfortable, and with the trigger guard being bigger, it did make a lot more of a comfortable feel. You know, how many pods did I see out of this gun? I saw around 7 pods. You know, maybe if you're lucky you might get about 9. But when I was shooting, I did notice that it had some pretty nice efficiency for a spool valve, and especially for Planet Eclipse, their first spool valve. You know, the price range you can probably find this for 600, maybe 550. I know they've been going down in price because of the Geo 2.1s, and this is just the Geo 1s and the Geo Pluses, around 600 to 650. I'm gonna go over the maintenance, so I'm gonna go back and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, for the maintenance of the Geo, this is honestly one of the easiest guns to maintain that I've seen in a long time. It's easier than my Vice. It's easier than some of the other guns I've owned. But first, I'm gonna do the regulator maintenance. So I'm gonna pop off the the tube. Now you got the reg, okay? You're gonna squeeze it counterclockwise. And you're gonna have that come out. You don't really have to worry about this, maybe wipe that down a little. Slip that off to the side. Then you're gonna pull this out here. It's the shim and the spring. 1 O-ring, that's about it. Take a little bit, maybe a dab. About that much. Put that on the O-ring, smear it around, and that's pretty much what you do for the reg. Very simple. Very simple maintenance. Get that back together. Alright, now the bolt. The bolt you can really take out with your fingers, I've noticed that. But sometimes it just wants to be picky and not come out. Alright, so you got the guide. You're going to have to pop the bolt out with the squeegee. And that's the bolt right there. Nothing much to it. 3 pieces. Yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the bolt. You're gonna push down on this until it comes out. Okay. So you're gonna have 3 O-rings on this one right here. So you're gonna get a rag. I gotta clean this rag soon. Nice rub down with it. Sure it's all clean. You're gonna take, like I said, a dab, maybe about that much. You want to space it around. It's gonna be a little bit double of what you just saw for the regulator. You're just gonna smear it around. Okay. Not too much, no. Okay, and then you're gonna take this, and there's 2 O-rings in here, and 1 inside. And wipe it down. Okay. Get a little bit of dab, maybe about that much. Smear it around. Okay. And then you're gonna take maybe like how much you saw on the regulator. I'm gonna put it inside here. Okay. You're gonna put the bolt back together. And you're gonna notice there's one on the guide rod. It's about right there. You're gonna have to put a tiny bit of lube on that, not too much. But I haven't really seen anybody over lube a Geo, so take as much as you need. And put about that much. You're gonna put this back together, put the bolt down, put it back in the Geo. Put the regulator back on. Okay. It's a little hard with the macro line being there. Okay, put the macro line back in. And there you go. There's your gun. Alright, so I'm going to do my closing thoughts right now. Alright, so final thoughts on the Geo. What can you say? This is an amazing marker, and if you can find it for around $550, you're pretty much buying a great gun that you're gonna probably keep for a long time. You know, I would definitely recommend this to other people. I know people have messaged me and said, hey, what gun can I get for around $500, $600? Brand new or used, I would automatically say the Geo. And I know I have the Empire Axe in my bag. I'm still reviewing it. I'm not done yet. But what I can get, I'd still go with the Geo. And just with the features you can get with this gun, and I don't know what to say. It's just such a great gun, and I'm speechless. And that's why I said, Planet Eclipse, good job. You had made me feel like an idiot for so long, and the Geo is a great gun to keep if you do get the chance to have it. So that's my video. I'll do newer videos coming up maybe in a couple of days. The Empire Axe probably about maybe 1 more week, and I have a new toy that I'll put up maybe 5 days after this video. So, I'll see you guys later. See ya.